What's happening, party people? So if you're still living, get on down to the Mickey Black rhythm. Anyway, it's Tuesday, June 16th. It's been a week, but it's starting to calm down. I'm taking Friday off. Should I take Friday off because it's Juneteenth? I don't know. Either I'll do a special episode or I'll take it off. Maybe I'll do a special episode. I'll do a special. Can't leave you hanging. I'll do a special Juneteenth episode. Anyway, matter of fact, speaking of special episodes, let me do this really quick. Hold on. I'm going to record something. I'll be right back. Boom. Here's an invitation. Be our guest. You could be a GRZY guest. Boom. All right. Read this. Here's an invitation. Be our guest. Here on the GRZY, you can be a GRZY guest. Talking about business, faith, the intersection thereof, technology, society. You want to really hear what type of business you're working on, what your grind is, what you're trying to hustle up. Check us out. I'll put a link in the description. thegrizzy.com/be our guest. Fill it out. Be our guest. Anyway, with that, back to the show. Anyway, time marches on. Today, so Tuesday, really quick. Let me get down to business. I don't know if I always talk about business, but today I'm going to talk about business. The latest deal for me is these SAM.gov contracts. So I recently registered Network.ai on SAM.gov. I put in one application so far, but really just kind of getting my stuff in order. But that I expect it to be a big deal. Here's what I'm talking about. Oh, I can just follow the cards. I should just follow the cards. Advantage. Why? Reality is you can get 7-figure contracts. At least for what I'm doing, I work in technology. Right now there seems to be a big push in technology, specifically in government spend. Plus, I qualify as a small business. There's small business set-asides, meaning there's certain contracts that they specifically designate to go to small businesses. And then there's also the same for black business, of which I am. They have them as well for veterans, disabled veterans, and women. I'm none of those. I'm not a woman or a veteran or a disabled veteran. But there are set-asides if you are in any of those categories. What do you need to register? So I just registered. I'll share with you what you need to register. So a lot of people, there's conflicting information out there, but I successfully registered. What did I have? A business entity. So you need to have a business entity. They're not going to give contracts just to you, the guy up the block. You have to have some sort of registered business entity. The 3 typical ones are LLC, a corporation, whether it be S Corp, C Corp, whatever, or sole proprietorship. I wouldn't do sole proprietorship. I would advise against that. In the past, I've done corporations. This time I did an LLC. There's different reasons you would go with either one, but sole proprietor is not really that great. Doesn't give you a lot of protection in the liability category, and a lot of times you're not taken seriously. It's basically you're doing business as underneath your social security number. Don't want to do that. You'll want an LLC or a corporation, and after that, you'll want an EIN number. EIN number, employer identification number. You get that from the IRS. You tell them who you are, what your company is. They issue a number. That number is what you'll use for specifically the next thing you'll need, your business bank account. So, the government, it's good. They're going to pay you. They're going to pay you direct deposit right in your direct deposit. And then once you got all of those things, you make a bank account with your EIN number. You'll need about 2 hours to fill out the application. It's a lot to fill out the application. I found it very challenging. And then that brings me to, boom, Claude Co-Work. That's what I use to be able to figure out how to get through the application. You'll have a lot of questions, all those things. But Claude saves the day, specifically the Co-Work. So anyway, that's what you'll need. And then I forgot, but, well, I didn't forget. It looks like I did this on under 5 minutes. So all you need to know to get going with SAM.gov contracts in under 5 minutes. What is it? 5 steps, 5 minutes. All you need to get going with SAM.gov government contracts, 5 steps in 5 minutes. All right, let's go.